I'm a master Katarina one trick, and I'm going to give you tips and tricks I've learned through my years of playing using the games that I play. I'm going to go over a lot of important stuff, so eventually you can start applying them to your games and climb as well. I do coaching, Patreon, YouTube members, and run a second channel if y'all are interested. Everything's in the description below. So this game's gonna be around D1 MMR, we're up against the Tristana, it's gonna be super annoying. We actually went electrocute here, and I like electrocute because it's pretty hard to stick on Trist because she can just jump away. So just going for little electrocute trades I feel like is pretty good. You can just like go and get your burst and get out. And it makes it easier for you to get like full value off of your rune compared to Conquer. Now, Tristana lane's pretty hard. She's going to constantly shove you in. Her shove is really good. She has good damage with her E. Just everything about her is like super annoying. I would say more so if you're versing a lane like this. When the player is good enough, you can try to play around the map and play for your teammates, play for roaming, play to help other lanes more so than actually your lane. But you also have to know how to like manage your lane in a lane like this. You don't want to like give up too much. So there's going to be some matchup knowledge required in order for you to play out the lanes like this. It's going to be really important because if you give her what she wants, then she's going to constantly shove you in and get the towers and get the platings. It's going to be really hard to play the game in general. So there will be little ways to try to like, maneuver around the Trist, and I will show you guys in the video. So we're going to go D-Shield here. I think D-Shield into like any ADC matchup is pretty good if you're just looking to farm and just looking to sustain and looking to survive. So that's going to be a big point. Also, Tristana has fleet footwork and she has teleports. So with those, she doesn't have like an aggressive summoner spell. She doesn't have like an aggressive rune. So that's actually going to help a lot for us to like get aggressive on her. So we're going to take advantage of those two things and try to like pressure her as much as we can. Now we start off laning. Don't want to take too much autos. She starts E first, which is nice to know. She only gets one auto off. That's good. You don't want to take too much damage there, but also if you see the trade's kind of even because she does get hit by the minion wave. But then she does have fleet footwork, so the damage that she takes, she can potentially heal up over time. Luckily for us, we also got D-Shield to give us a sustain over time as well, so we're going to try to like somewhat match it in a way. But yeah, not much you can do level 1. I do like how I'm getting the pokes here though, like the Q pokes. That's going to add up. Because like, we could potentially be poking more quicker than she heals up with her fleet, so I'm okay with just like poking her out here. This is pretty good. She's just looking to shove the wave anyway, so I just put my attention onto her. And then I go for a trade here, actually. And with the health that I have, since I'm more health than her, I'm okay with to trade damage. I'm like super down. And now she's like pretty low. So we found like a pretty good opportunity for us to get some poke off. Now we can sort of dictate the lane until she starts healing up with her potions and the fleet footwork. Level 3, I'm trying to look for something here. Now that she has all of her abilities, we have to be kind of careful. We still don't want to look to get like super hard poked out because Tristana can really get like the platings, the pressure. It's gonna be really hard to deal with, so we still want to go for like really safe trades. Now if we look back at this combo here, this combo is actually super good into champions that you don't want to interact with too much but still get your damage off, right? So this combo is actually really good. So how I set it up here was just setting up the Q, right? And then you jump in, pick up 2 daggers, and then you get your Shumpo reset instantly after you pick up the 2 daggers, which will allow you to get out. And this combo is really good into when you have electrocute because you're able to proc the electrocute and just jump out. And as you can see, Tristana has a hard time trying to interact with this. So just jump away. She only gets an E and an auto off, so really good trade for us. So we have the wave pretty stacked here. It's gonna get pushed in. So I'm trying to look to shove this. But I did want to like go for a trade on her at the same time. So I wanted to try to zone her out here. Or like try to get into my range of E and try to like poke her out here. With their E down, I'm like super down to go in now. Especially because I have electrocute up as well. This puts the wave in a weird spot, but it's okay against Triss because the funny thing about Triss is that she'll constantly push in anyway. So wave management, and freezing is not something that Tristana can do really easily. She'll just like constantly shove in wave anyway, so I don't have to worry too much about like her freezing the wave and wave positioning, because I know how it's gonna go. She's gonna shove me in. That's essentially what it comes down to. Now I want to shove this in, but also Udyr's around, so I'm like trying to itch at something. She jumps in. Again, she doesn't have ignites, so she's not like super scary. But I'm just gonna look for the reset here. The wave is completely reset now. It's right in the middle. And so we're gonna go back and buy some items. So here I opted in for the Dark Seal. I wanted a little bit of health from the Dark Seal, but also it's good if you scale it over time. And then I get the refill as well. So whatever got me the refill, because in a lane like this where like Tristana is really pokey, I think Sustain's gonna help me get aggressive so that, you know, I can go in for a trade, heal up, and also it's just gonna help in general, just to stay healthy, because my game plan is to roam. So if Tristana comes and pokes me out, or Fiddle like comes and ganks me and I'm really low, like I don't want to stay low because I still need to make plays on the map. So it's for me to be available to my team. So then Tristana's just here again, just pushing me in. We're just gonna look to farm, nothing crazy. I'm still gonna try to look for electrocute trades here though. And it's really nice that I'm able to just like not take too much poke. She does hit me a good chunk, but it's like not that bad considering I have refill, right? So it's pretty good. And we see Udyr onto the right side. I can maybe look to see if she walks up for the gank here. We're going for a trade here. But then Tristana just like jumps out. It is what it is. I don't know if I could do anything there really. So we're just gonna chill here, keep the wave in this spot. Thresh and Ezreal are off to the side, so this is something to notice. I'm not gonna push in the wave. I'm gonna wait for Thresh to walk in. And then we're gonna go in. I ignite her. She doesn't do that much damage right now. She only has D-Blade and Cull. So it's okay for me to just like go and take the damage. This kind of sucks though, that we didn't get the Trist, but it's fine. When you're in a hard losing lane like this anyway, it's like, who cares? Like, as whatever gets you through the lane is the important part. So if she ends up backing here, then that's like completely good with me. I'm able to shove in the wave. I'm able to reset the wave and we're in a good spot. Now my team's getting dragged and I'm kind of low, so I want to back here, but I'm kind of watching here just to see what happens, and I might actually have to stay. So I walk in here. And even though I'm low, I will play for the reset here. So once they get low, that's when I'll go in. So I flash, Q ult. I try to get the Seraphine here as well, but I end up dying. Seraphine gets the kill though, so that's good. Hopefully with the amount of damage that I was able to put out, my team can just like clean up the fight here. Sadly, Tristana does get one kill, and any kind of kill that like Tristana gets against you is going to be really annoying to deal with. So Tristana is back in lane. She's just going to shove out, and I'm guessing she's going to look for the reset here. So I don't have to worry about her roaming or at all right now. I know that she's going to back. So we're just going to shove out for now, try to farm. We have our blasting one here, which is really good. This is going to allow us to go for like bigger trades onto the Trist, but also it's going to help us shove wave, which is going to be the biggest part. If we're going to be playing for the map, playing for roaming, we want the AP to shove out the waves. So as you can see, my wave clear is like super good, right? So one thing I want you guys to know is when you're shoving out waves, it's like you just try to place 2 daggers on top of the wave and try to hit as much as you can. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. And if you have like Blasting Wand, Amp Tome, Dark Seal, like I have Dark Seal, Blasting Wand, it's enough because I have 1 stack on the Dark Seal and I'm able to just one-shot the wave. So this is going to be really good point to get to, and this is why Nashers is good, right? Because you're able to get to a point before you actually finish the Nashers to just shove in the wave. And this is going to allow me to move around and do stuff. And Tristana, again, is just going to shove us in. Now we're at the point where like we can't like hard abuse Trist. She's going to be able to play out her game plan a lot better. But we try to, you know, try to take advantage of her as much as possible early game. So like we're at a pretty even spot. I'm 1-1. She also has a kill as well. So honestly pretty good. So I just want to note one small thing you can do on Cat is if you want CS, you can use WE. So like in order for me to get this safely without just getting like hit by Trist for free, I probably saved 1 auto by doing this, but WE auto and then just like run back. And I'm using the movement speed from W and the E to make the CSing instant so that it's harder for Trist to react to. And this is good against like cannons and stuff. Like if you want to get like cannons and secure it, but try to do it safely, this is a good way to do it because it's just a really quick way for you to last hit. And I just run back and I only got hit by 1 auto, so that's super good. Still just gonna get shoved in here. Udyr gets the rift top side. It's really good. This is just added pressure for us to just like shove in the tower and just like shove in the wave and farm. So Tristana is gonna back up here a little bit. So this is gonna allow us to, you know, get this cannon and stuff. So this is really good. Now here I'm still looking for like an electrocute trade. I would love to. I'd love to just like still poke her out here and there because I have Blasting Wand. My trades are gonna be pretty strong. But we see Tristana running bottom. And obviously in a lane like this, she's gonna get priority most of the time. So I'm gonna react to this roam and come through second. I'm gonna run down. Udyr wins the bot lane fight, gets a triple. And that's super good for us. But my job here was to make sure that Tristana doesn't like jump in on the Udyr here. So yeah, we didn't get anything out of it, but we kept Trist off of the Udyr. And if she got like a shutdown on the Udyr, that would have been pretty bad, right? Now this is super good because now Tristana was bot lane and now I got into lane first. So this is going to allow me to shove in the wave and get the plating. So overall good. Again, getting advantages, finding openings for me to get stuff, but without actually like laning against her, right? Like she still needs to roam. She still needs to do her job as the mid lane. And I still have my job to like roam around and stuff. So this is pretty much what it is. This is what your game plan is. Now, a quick little thing here. The reason why I was able to even go for that trade on Triss was because if you see, she E'd the wave. And E is a really big part. She thinks that I backed maybe. So I'm just going to go in for electrocute trade. And boom. Now we get like a pretty nice trade-off. Now we can like push her off a little bit. She's going to push undoubtedly. It is just what it is. But just remember, you can take advantage of her E being down. That's one of the ways to actually take advantage of Triss. Udyr is doing super well. Like Udyr doing good is going to give us a lot of breathing room. Because if Udyr is around, then we can actually just like play around the Udyr. If he tries to gank the Triss, Triss has to respect the Udyr being fed. But also, we can use Udyr as a way for us to like get advantages, right? So like if Udyr is strong, we can play around the jungler. We can start like moving and try to make plays with him. Looks like Udyr is trying to do something bottom, right? So I do want to go down in health. But I did not see this part coming where Fiddle was there. I thought Fiddle like moved top and I didn't see him in vision, but he actually like walked around the vision and I couldn't see him. So this was my bad. If you see here, me dying here is going to create this effect where like they just triple kill us. This was like super bad. So I have to be careful next time. I have to respect the vision there and expect that Fiddle might actually be there walking back. Now we're going to start working into our Nashor's Tooth. We see Ezreal and Pyke mid, so I'm going to go bottom here and just grab the wave bottom. We have Dragon up, so we can still play for this drag here. As long as I'm like either mid or bot side playing around, like hovering around Dragon, that's like what I want. So we're just going to shove in and try to look for opportunities here. Again, walking with the team. So Udyr is going to try to do something here. This actually looks super good. And so here, once they walk into the Udyr, we're able to jump in, wait for the Fiddle Fear. Kill the Seraphine. We get a fast shutdown on the Fiddle. Try to see if we can get more here. Try to get the Trist. She still has to walk in, so she has to flash. So that's super good. Really good for us. We get the Dragon here as well. And we can also get our Nashor's Tooth. So that was actually such a big fight for us, and we're able to actually play the game now. Now, you can say that I'm maybe getting carried by the jungler, but it's almost like you have to, right? When you're in a lane where you can't really do much and it's versus the Trist and you can't like get priority very well, you have to hope that your team does good because you have very little say on what to do, right? So keep that in mind. Katarina is she just functions like that, okay? It just kind of sucks. It's like part of being in the counter matchup. But yeah, I'm down to hover around here. I saw them going for a fight and we're actually picking up more kills. So again, we're just getting advantages off of roaming, off of just like moving around the map, seeing advantages, seeing opportunities that my team creates. You can also create opportunities too, as you can see. You're going to see later on in this game. But you have to sort of get to a certain point, right? Thresh hits the hook. Super good for us. Boom. And we actually end up picking up a kill on Triss, and we can continue to push. So I want to talk about this here because you have to always consider the CC they have. So here at this point, if Tristana doesn't want you to get your damage off on her, she's going to try to ult you away, obviously. So how do you play around her ult, right? Well, you want her to force her to use it somehow. So in this position, she's obviously going to try to ult and try to like jump out, right? We already can tell how she's going to jump out. This is not a winning fight for her. She's not going to stay. So therefore, she's going to try to ult you. So I get closer to her, and then she ends up ulting me from there. The thing is, you want to save your E for after she ults, because then you could just jump in and get back in range. So then I have the Q set up, force her to ult, she ults me away, and then I have my E to continue to chase after her. So we actually have 2 jumps here. So we have one jump here, we're going to jump in on the dagger, and we actually have another one for her to like jump away. So she jumps away, I jump on the dagger, and then now at this point she has no ult, no jump, then I can go for the ulti. You want to save your ulti till after she ults, because you don't want to get that shit canceled, right? And just going for the ult, we're good. If you notice in this game, I'm playing a lot around my team and sort of like using my team as ways for me to get advantages. You can't really do much against a matchup like Tristana. Like, until you start getting your items, then you can start doing stuff. Like, you want to get to this point, right? Where I have Nash, I can start going into Proto Belt now. Now it's a really good spot. But you need to be able to get there in hard matchups. And that's going to be the difficult part, because that's where the skill of Katarina comes into play. Katarina sucks early game. You need to know how to get through that, because once she actually gets her on-hit items, that's when she's actually strong. So part of the skill is actually knowing how to get there. So yes, I know your champion shit. I know Katarina's shit. Sometimes when games don't go your way, you're just going to straight up lose if you can't do it. But more so than not, you got to get yourself there somehow, some way. Okay. Now here, as you can see, Tristana, she E's the tower. I'm just going to go in and kill her, right? So now we made it. This is a sign that we're fucking good now. We can start playing the game. Triss is dead. We're going to start moving around the map, start making plays. My main focus is going to be on the map. I want to see what I can do on other lanes. I want to play and follow up plays from my team. And that way we're going to get advantages. And this way we're going to get a lot of gold so that we can just start one-shotting people at this point. So honestly, now we're in a really good spot. Dragon's coming up here. We have Rift drop. We're going to take this tower. We're just pretty strong. I'm going to back him up here. So now we can really start getting these advantages. We can get the drag here as well. But here I actually want to hover around the Ezreal, because he's the one pushed up and being like positioning himself aggressively on the tower. So I want to hover around here, see if they try to engage on him. Nothing happens, but what's important is that you're there. Especially when there's nothing else to get on the map, right? Just applying the pressure regardless. We're going to go bottom. We're going to push this out. Okay, we don't go bottom. No, we do go bottom. We push this out, and then we're going to start going into Proto Belt here. So this is really good position for us. Now we can start initiating our game plan as cats. We did whatever we needed to do early game to try to survive, and then now we're going to start being able to do stuff. The thing is, now at this point with the Nashes and the Proto Belt, I can actually make plays on my own. So if I ever see like Tristana out of position, if I ever see like Seraphine, Pyke out of position, like I can actually like hard pressure them. So I'm going to go bottom here. We see Fiddle top side, so I'm free to like push out bot. So I'm going to grab the next wave here and these 2 minions. We're going to push it out, and then we're just going to like shove and rotate, shove and rotate. And if Tristana comes, we're actually stronger in the side lane here. And so if we are safe to like push in and try to 1v1 Tristana, we would probably go for it. But it's going to be pretty hard to find the angle nonetheless, because Tristana can like go to sides, just hard shove and just leave. Like she pushes a lot faster. So instead, I just decided to roam around here. We see Ezreal kind of off to kind of getting engaged on. So I'm like, okay. I'm like super down to fight. Wall jump. She misses, and then that's my cue to go in. Kill the Seraphine. It's a dagger. Boom. And Triss is here now. So we're able to get the wave shoved in first in the bot lane. And then we're able to roam first. And Tristana was stuck on the bottom. So we actually used that split pressure to actually try to go for a roam and make a play on the map. So now we're in the mid lane. Fiddle gets caught here, which is super good. This is what we're looking for. We're not looking to like 5v5 fight. We're looking to make picks, and we're looking to just like make sure that we don't get the 5v5 and give Fiddle what he wants, because he's kind of the fed one here. So more so, we want to just like pressure with splitting, use Mundo with the split push pressure, use our lead right now to like go in the jungle and try to like find flank positions. That's what we want to look for. So we backed, and now we're going into the Zhonya's here. Now, the reason why I go into Zhonya's is because I feel like it's going to be pretty good against their team, but also we have all of our damage sets. So right now, again, I'm still kind of playing follow-up, but I still do a lot of damage. So if I try to find opportunities for me to go in and one-shot, I will. I can easily one-shot Seraphine Pike. I could one-shot Fiddle. I could one-shot Trist when the time comes. So I'm set on damage. Now we see our team fighting. I'm immediately running over there, and then we're gonna join in on the fight here. So nuke the Renekton, started going to the Pike. Zhonya's here. Again, Zhonya's working out super well. And boom. Try to itch for more here. We don't get anything. So really good fight. And we're able to use the Zhonya's here. The stopwatch had like immediate value, so that's super good, right? And then we're gonna go into the Baron here. So we get the Baron, and now we're able to buy our Zhonya's, and then we're gonna start looking on the map and look for this next fight. So we take drag. It's uncontested right now. And even if they walk in, we'll probably kill them. So they don't want to contest it at this point. And we're at a pretty good spot. Now we're gonna walk in around with the Udyr and the Thresh. See what we can find. But I want to keep my sides pushed. If you see, Mundo's like pushing top right now, so we're gonna try to make sure that all the pressure comes in at the same time. Mundo should be okay. Even if he drags people there, it's like he won't die. There's no way he dies. So it's really good that we have like that top pressure, because he's gonna drag people there, and this is gonna allow us to like farm like this, right? Like we can just like walk in and farm and just try to set up the map here to make sure that we got all waves pushing in. So this is going to be hard for them to deal with. If they can't even deal with the Mundo pushing into the inhib right now, they can't stop me pushing in from the bot side. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to hit it from the other sides. So they're getting flustered. They can't deal with the Mundo. They can't even deal with mid lane. And now we're just looking to really set up for the end here. So we're going to take... That's 3 inhibs right here. We'll probably try to look to just like kill them here. We got to be careful. We're fighting 5v5 under the tower. So I want to make sure that I find like a really good engage to go in, if I do. So we immediately nuke the Trist, and then the game is over. So remember guys, it's really important to know that when you play cats, and you're in a really shitty matchup, you want to try to find ways for you to get advantages without giving enemies advantages and without actually playing for the lane, right? Like you can't always kill the laner, especially into Tristana. It's gonna be pretty hard. So baseline, regardless of any matchup, you need to know how to get advantages without actually getting advantages in your lane through kills.